Honey, how wet are you? we got all caught up at the grocery store, and then we had to fuck. I love gossip.
I saw last night.
My favorite.
I don't know if this was like targeted or not, but I saw like back in medieval times, like women in the town who would gossip or like get in trouble for like, there was some fancy term for it, would like get this crazy face like harness thing put on them as like a punishment for the day. And I go,
like a metal muzzle.
Yes, and I was like, I would have been wearing that every day.
I would have too. I am such.
Baby, get me a full
talker.
suit of armor.
Yeah,
Because
I cannot stop gossiping.
And I gotta look around and I gotta see, ooh, where's gossip? I don't care whose gossip it is.
Same.
I love it. You could tell me about your friend from home from when you were 5 years old, and I'll eat it up.
Same.
I love
No,
it.
you tell me.
Nourishing.
Yeah, it's like I don't care. I never have to know this person. I still.
Yes.
it's good for the bones.
It's good for the bones to
good
talk.
for the
You
bones.
gotta
You
talk.
gotta talk.
Yeah.
I feel like it even like it adds to me wanting to go out more if I know that, because if I feel
gossip
disconnected
there.
from gossip for a very long time,
Yes.
I'm like, I gotta know what's going on out there.
Totally. I have to put my finger on the
I have
pulse
to
of
know.
my group of friends.
And also, like,
Absolutely.
I feel like as I get older, the less dramatic my social life
and
is.
dare I say that's healthy.
And that's great.
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah.
Love it. I've had to learn a lot of hard lessons to like, like mind my own business and like not be like inserted and
yes,
stuff.
me too.
But I want to know what's going on still, but I don't want to
Yeah.
be a participant.
Yeah,
So
for
it's
sure.
tough to find the balance of like,
Yes.
where do I go? Where's the juice? Where's the goss?
Oh my God. I will go on walks and just be like, okay, stop everything. Everyone say the gossip you have.
Agreed.
Everyone just talk right now. I need to hear all of it. I need to
I've
eat
done
it
that
up.
too in my group of friends. I'm like, hey, everyone. I need a
Hello.
little boost for the day.
I'm feeling down.
Tell
Can I
me
have a little
something?
bit of gossip?
And they'll be like, oh, my landlord's wife just left him. And I'm like, oh, tell me
Tell me more. Why is she leaving him?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love work gossip.
Yes,
From-
work gossip.
Yes.
There's nothing better.
Because that's a safe level of distance
It
for
is.
me. But then also, like, I still feel like I have kind of a horse in the race because it's my
Yeah.
friends like, and you won't believe that, like, my coworker said this or did this. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, how could they say that to
That's
you?
crazy that she
Or-
said that.
Yeah.
Kyle, you brought up such an interesting point that we've never talked about on the pod, but like going to a plan that maybe you don't want to, but you need to find out the goss.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you know a friend just recently broke up with their partner or something and you're like, I don't want to drink tonight, but God, do I need to hear her talk about her ex
Yes.
over wine? And like, I've so done that. I have been
Mhm.
powered by gossip to like leave my house before.
You're
Yes,
a knowledge seeker. You're seeking
absolutely.
knowledge.
Yay! Thank you. I'm a knowledge seeker.
Yeah,
Passed down to
reframe it.
generations of women who needed knowledge. to
Mhm.
survive.
Exactly. And it is survival.
It's survival.
It used to be, at least.
Yeah.
Where you would say this person is
dangerous.
a little bit creepy or a little dangerous, and then you wouldn't die.
Mhm.
It was the person who
Yes.
said, "Don't tell me gossip. I don't want to hear the gossip." That
would
person would
die.
die.
That person gets poisoned.
Exactly.
Yes. And now
I think I'm not going off of anything. It just feels like this
Yeah.
is true.
I agree with you 100%.
Right?
Like, yeah, centuries of people who said, no, I'm too good for that.
no.
La, 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 la.
Don't tell me the
And then
gossip.
they fall
and
down
then
a
they
pit.
fall into
Exactly. And the gossip was there's a pit.
Exactly.
Careful, that person's digging a big pit.
Exactly. And they said, shh,
And now we have
please,
metaphorical
please,
pits.
I'm too good for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have metaphorical pits,
Exactly.
like bad relationships or
Mhm.
bad people. Or
Exactly.
Don't date that guy. He's going to be bad.
And we'll just leave it at that.
Leave it at
And
that.
we'll
He'll
leave
be
it at
bad.
that.
He has a big knife. He's bad.
Exactly. And we
yeah.
won't go any further.
He sucks his thumb after sex.
That's,
There we go.
save that one.
and
Some people might like that.
Some people might be into that.
you know what? That's okay.
And that's all right, but they have the right to know.
Mhm.
Exactly.
So in general,
Yes.
are you, when it comes to plans, are you someone who is always going to show up, perhaps in hopes of goss, or are you a
Yes.
plans canceller because there might
I
not
am
be
not
goss?
a plans canceller, but I am someone who deeply wishes the other people will cancel.
Totally.
Every plan I make, I say yes. I say yes to literally everything. I say yes any plan ever that has ever been asked of me, I say yes to.
Okay.
And most of the time, I don't want to do it. And I am just desperate for the other people to cancel.
Okay.
Because I will never cancel because I am a people pleaser.
Yeah.
And I have to do it. I do everything. Although sometimes I make mistakes. For instance, yesterday, and I feel it's okay to say this.
Yeah.
My friend, we were supposed to get coffee at 11 a.m. So I said 11 a.m. And then she changed it to 10:30 a.m. And I said, okay,
early.
10:30 a.m. And then I forgot about the whole plan. I forgot about the 10:30. I forgot about the 11. And then she texted at 10:30 and was like, I'm going to be a little late. And then I went, oh, no. Oh, good God. And then I said, this was a lie. I said, oh, my gosh, I forgot the 10:30. I thought we were still doing 11 a.m. Silly me. I'm on my way.
I'm also going to be late.
I'm going to be late because I forgot that we had moved it to 10:30 when really
great excuse.
It was the lie of a century.
Yeah.
And she bought it. But then anyway, I was not even dressed at this point. So I had to
Were you far from the coffee shop?
Yes, I was extremely far. I was late.
Oh no.
It was very bad. But also then she was late, so it was like
Perfect.
we're silly. We're both late. Isn't that funny? And we both definitely remembered the plan.
Yes, 100%.
Were you excited to see this person in
Yes,
general?
it is my good friend. Yeah.
Okay, good. It's tough
good.
when those things happen. You're like, I'm racing against the clock. My adrenaline's pumping, and I'm kind of a little interested in even meeting up with this person.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Or I don't want to see this person.
Yeah. That's also a thing.
I meet up with people I don't even like sometimes.
what's
Totally.
that about?
Yeah.
What?
It's being a people pleaser.
When did this start for you? Childhood?
Deep childhood. Let's get into it. My mom's a people pleaser.
Okay.
Her friends will call her and be like, I'm getting a colonoscopy. Do you want to drive me? They have like children and a husband.
Yeah.
And my mom is the chauffeur for some reason. It drives me crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
But I saw that and then I was like, that's how I want to be.
So you led, she led by example.
She did, and now which is funny because my dad was the opposite, and he hated socializing, and any sort of social discussion he absolutely hated. I'd like try to tell him a story about something that happened with like a group of friends, and he'd be like, don't waste my time with that. How is the career going?
I'm obsessed with that. I love that. I don't need to hear about this social nonsense.
Please stop, it doesn't matter. And
Oh, how refreshing.
yeah, it was great.
Wow, I love that.
Two opposites, and I went full like hardcore mom.
Would your dad ever get with your mom, like, hey, you don't need to go see those people. You don't need to drive her to the airport.
Every time anyone in the family did anything social, he would be like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you not at home, like, doing work right now? You're going to a movie? Why a movie?
Just do work.
Honestly, no, I agree. Sometimes I love movies. Don't get me wrong. Love them.
It sounds like you don't love them.
I hate them.
It sounds like you're really...
I've never seen a movie, actually. No, I love movies, but for some reason, the act of going to like a theater, like during the middle of the week or something, there's a voice in my head that goes, who has time for that? Even though it's like, fine. And I'm like,
it's a nice way to pass the time.
I could be actively unemployed and be like, I do have the time for that. And
but it still feels
there's a
wrong.
voice in my brain that's just like, the movies.
The movies.
Were one of your parents like that growing up? Did you ever hear them say like, why would you waste your money on a movie?
Not really, no. Like it was like a luxury, I guess, to go to the movies. But for some reason in my mind, I think here's what it is. If I'm going to make a plan to like go out and socialize and meet friends for things, I don't think I'm excited by the idea of carving out a big chunk of time to go sit in silence with people.
Yes.
That makes sense. So it's like almost like you want to talk more. You're like, if I'm going to be socializing, we better be socializing.
It better be a dinner.
Totally.
Yeah,
There
better be.
I would go to a million dinners. I would go to. I love appetizers.
I love an appetizer.
I agree. You and I definitely need. Kyle and I need to be more rich so that we can host like big dinner parties in our homes that we own.
Yes.
Because that's, I think, our ideal type of socializing.
Maybe
No?
I
feel like you'd love a dinner
I would never
party.
sit down and relax though. I would pay for someone to do all the things, but also because it's in my home, I need to show off and show how hard I'm working.
Exactly.
But going
you
to
could
a
lie.
friend's dinner
lie,
party is fun for you.
That's fun. I do
Yes.
like that. But But sorry, I didn't mean to squash your
All right.
your fantasy.
No,
You
it
don't.
made it sound like you and I were gonna buy the house together.
Yeah.
What is going on here?
I don't
Because
know.
there's something.
Do you think that we have a chance?
Yeah.
I
Do you think we're
would
gonna make
say.
it?
And I actually am in love with his boyfriend too. So there's a world where it could be the
Okay.
three of us.
Now that's
I'd be
something-
so lucky to
I
be
think we have
married
a-
to you and Joey.
I think we'd have a great dynamic,
We would.
actually.
Speaking of movies, I saw Substance
Oh,
twice
I haven't.
with
Excuse
two
me?
different groups of friends because they both
Twice?
asked me, and I said yes to both of them. That's a long movie.
It's a lot
and
of
it's
substance.
a gross
That's a
movie
lot of
too, right?
substance. Yes, it is.
Mhm.
I
And you
saw
watched it twice because you didn't want to say no to one group of friends.
I couldn't say no, so I said yes twice.
I feel like event movies like that, though, that are like meant to elicit a big reaction.
Yes.
That is kind of fun to
Fun.
see, to be like,
Yes.
oh, how
you
is
can
this group of
compare
friends
the
gonna...
groups and their reactions.
Yes, and I liked the second group more.
Oh.
I don't know. I hope no one sees it. The second group was my friend Jess and my friend Kate, and it was
Mhm.
lovely. I'm so sorry to the first group.
Yeah, but they
But
don't.
you
We
just
don't know.
didn't cut it.
They didn't.
You
cut it.
were not as good. No, I love seeing movies with Jess and Kate because they love horror things and they're very fun.
Do you like horror too?
I love horror.
Okay, fine.
I love-
fine.
A horror comedy.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
do feel like it's a funny movie. Did you see it?
I
Yeah.
haven't yet. I really want to because I read an article being like every woman must see it, and now I have
Yes.
this weird complex where I'm like, as a woman, I need to
I
see it.
guess I have to see that.
But I don't really love body horror,
yes.
and I know that's exclusively almost what it is.
there was one thing that I had to
Yeah.
every time they showed it I went, oh, okay. And I
Uh-huh.
just don't have to see that.
I think I need like a glass or two of wine, and then I'll go, or then I'll be able to
yes,
see it.
that would be fun.
Yeah.
It's a good.
Do you
it's a
want to
good
go?
movie. Yeah, yeah,
Third
yeah.
time?
Should we do that?
So I know you've seen it twice, but do you want to go see it again with me?
Yeah, no, I would love to.
Okay.
And, but the weird thing is, I would be the one making the plan because I,
Like,
which
find
is
the times.
so. I know I'd be like, okay, and then here's all the times that.
Even if you
That's my
like deep
personality.
down, you're like, I've already seen this movie. I really don't have the time, but she asked me, so I'm gonna initiate and get this plan on the book.
100%. That's my personality type. It's so
Wow.
bad.
So you never if a plan is vocalized, you never let it go to dust. You always have to
No.
like see it through.
People don't understand. Okay, so in LA, people will be like, "We should do a project together." Like all the
Totally.
time, I hear them,
Let's write together.
and I'm the only person that says yes, and then I actually make it happen. And people are like, "Whoa, that I was not. I was sort of just saying that as like a
Yeah.
social thing." And you are planning meetings for us.
that to me is good. That's the good side of
Mhm.
people pleasing, of like you are actually getting stuff done and you're
Yes.
creating content and you're creating projects and writing and partnerships, whatever. But I don't think the social stuff has to like I want you
Yeah.
I want you to have the permission
know.
to say no.
I need
Also,
it.
they're weird. What a weird thing to like try and like socially connect with and not follow through. Like
Yes.
to me, that's like
Yeah.
such a like clear. That makes sense to me to be like, oh, if you want to make a plan to make a thing, let's see it through.
Exactly.
Yes.
But like, I would never like that's on par to me with someone being like, oh, let's go on vacation together. And
I
like,
know.
and if you present that to me, I'm gonna then, if it's something that I'm genuinely interested in, I'm going to then
Make it happen.
find a way. And then why would you be surprised that I planned the
Yes!
vacation?
You brought it up first.
Yeah.
Like that. Oh,
Uh,
you're the opposite.
I have absolutely sat around with like drinks being like, we're going to Cabo. I cannot wait. We've talked about this for years. And then the next morning you send me a list of Airbnbs and I go, oh, I'm realizing I'm seeing my cousin that weekend, and maybe let's talk next year about Cabo.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
Good to
So
know.
I'll never
Unless
hang out with you. And it's decided.
I love to chill at home in other places.
Yes.
Like that's where
Yes.
if I can go somewhere where I can then cancel plans to do stuff, then that's like the sweet
Yes.
spot. I will go to I'll get a cabin or I'll
Yeah.
get like a hotel somewhere and then be like, I will go for dinner. You guys go do your activities and I'll be there when the appetizers are there.
I love that. I picture the three of us going to a cabin together and just having separate rooms and staying in them the entire day, and then just going to dinner and then coming back to the cabin and closing our doors and just going to bed.
That sounds euphoric.
That's like,
Should we do it?
Yeah. We're gonna get an email from you tomorrow with a list of Airbnbs.
my old roommate and I used to do that. We would call it like, do you want to go be roommates somewhere else? And we would go, we get a cabin somewhere and just do what we did in our apartment, but in a cabin.
Oh, I love that.
And it was like really nice, but it was just ultimately a waste of money because we were just.
But you need a change of scenery.
Yeah, change of scenery is nice, but like now
for money, but
exactly.
Sure.
Now I'm like, I'm thinking about that trip that I took like 4 years ago, and I'm like, oh God, I want that $200.
I do stuff like that.
I'm okay with like traveling on those like big trips with the friends who agree to the like similar concept that you just described, but the like from 2 to 5 we have phone time.
Yes.
No one talks. Even if we're sharing a room, we're laying in the bed, we're on our phones. We're disassociating for 2 to 3 hours.
Yes.
You could nap. You could scroll through TikTok. No judgment.
Yeah.
You do you. But from 2 to 5, we're not at museums. We're not at the beach. We're not at a restaurant. We are recharging, and we're not talking.
I love that. There's nothing better than being on TikTok like full volume in public, like not giving a fuck.
Yes.
Listen to this video of this baby talking back. Like, listen, you have to listen to it.
On a public bus.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't. I just can't put the headphones in right now. Like, that's it. I'm just listening loud. I've never done that. I don't know why I have never done that.
I'd be too nervous to do that.
In public. I will do without like, what are these? I always forget earbuds. I'll just turn the volume off of my thing. I don't do those, but I'll just like watch a video that I can't understand what's happening, and I'll just that's all I do.
Dare I ask, have you ever canceled a plan?
I'm sure I have. Like when I've been sick.
Okay.
And I love those moments.
Yeah.
There's nothing better.
You're legit not well.
The first thought I have is like, oh, thank God. Like, finally I'm sick and I can just get out of this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's weird. I'm like not super social and I am like pretty introverted. But look at my schedule and you would not believe that because it is like packed every day. There's 10 plans.
Yeah.
Every day of my life.
And then when you're like at those things, do you feel like dialed up? Like do you feel like you turn it on while you're there?
Yes.
Or are you like, I'm there and I'm just physically present?
I'm there because I would love to just be able to sit, but unfortunately part of my like people pleasing is like I gotta make them laugh. Like I gotta I gotta be on. Like they're expecting me to be happy.
They're expecting me to be
so I
happy.
have to be happy. My mom also has this because one time she was like with a friend. She's real bubbly, but I think it is like me where it's just like it's because people want me to be bubbly, so I'll be bubbly. Yeah. And so she was just kind of like actually herself once, and her friend was so deeply upset. She was like, what is wrong?
Yeah.
Like, I can tell something's wrong. You're not, like, making me laugh and you're not smiling. My mom was like, I have to fucking be bubbly all the time. And
that actually, I as I've gotten older, I'm less bubbly for sure. But when I was younger, like, if I showed up and not, like, a completely euphoric, like, I'm making jokes, people would be like, what is going on?
Hey, do you need to talk?
Yeah, is something going on in your personal life? Because you do not. And it's like, can I just be off?
Let me live.
Let me live my life.
Or even this is what killed me when we were spending a lot of time on Zoom. And like, we still are. But like, having a camera pointed at my face for like a Zoom table read or something.
Oh, God.
The amount of times that I would have like a boss or a coworker like passive aggressively be like, "Oh, Kyle hated that," because I'm not like on camera. Or like I have like my microphone muted and I'm not like
I'm dying.
interrupting what's happening on screen by going ah, la, la, la. Like that's just not my resting face and my resting tone is very, I don't know.
What it needs to be. It doesn't
It just
need,
is normal. But for some
Give us a
reason,
break.
I don't know what that is. If people paint that, like, put that on people, what their expectation is for them. Did we show up once kind of like caffeinated and then they were like, that's what it is?
That's like
them.
those
And it's our
girlies
fault?
or anybody for that matter, like show it, like they always show up like to the nines dressed really well or like a ton of makeup. There was a girl in my college who wore like a full beat every morning to 8 a.m. scene study class.
Dear God.
Couldn't be me. But she would show up, and the one day she showed up without makeup, we all go, oh my God, she has the flu.
She's dying.
Oh my God, she has influenza. She's out.
She's
And she
hideous.
was like, guys, I just didn't put on my makeup. And we were like, oh, I can't even look at you.
I know I have friends like that too, where if they like they always wear like eyeliner.
Yes.
And the one time they don't wear eyeliner, people are like, are
Where
you
are
just
you?
so tired? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with
Why
you?
do we do this?
It's so horrible.
Yeah.
It's
What's wrong
so
with
bad.
us?
What is wrong with us as a society? Just let people. Also, so what if they were having a bad day? Like, let them have a bad day. Why are we talking about it?
Right.
Why are we like, you're having a bad day? Tell me about it
Yeah.
over this work Zoom.
Oh gosh. There is something really fun though about like I do kind of love the give and take of well, if you want to utilize the superpower of being someone who shows up in a loud outfit every day, you better believe I'm going to notice when you don't.
Yes.
Like that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Where it's like you wanted to
Wait, that's
you
so
wanted to flaunt
true.
your power in front of us for this long. I'm going to catch you when you're down.
Okay, but I do notice like my friends who are like so quirky. Like I have overalls and I painted them red and white, and then they have smiley faces. I'm like, okay, so if that's your look, that's your fucking look. Like if you
Don't
suddenly wear a
change it on
black
me.
shirt, I'm like,
Yeah.
what? It actually is bonkers.
Yeah. I have like lifelong friends that like if I start running my hair different or like get different glasses, they're like, so you've changed, huh? And I'm like, no,
really changed you.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I'm just trying a new look. Like I'm 32 for Christ's sakes. I'm allowed to change things, but they're like, it's okay. You should have called me first,
Wow.
but I understand that you're different now. And I'm like, give me a break. We're allowed to evolve.
Yes.
We're allowed to try sometimes.
No, people. I got new shoes recently, and I had a friend be like, "New shoes," and I was like, "They're shoes. Why did you make me feel bad about buying new shoes?"
You think you're better than me?
Yes, you changed. You got new shoes and
Wow.
you changed.
I was like, of
I know.
all the things to notice, like that's
I know.
the least important.
My friends do that all the time. They're like,
New
new
sh-
shirt? Didn't
How-
tell me.
How did you even know this was
Yeah.
a new pair of shoes? Have you seen all of my I have
Yeah.
like 80 pairs of shoes.
But I feel like you have those friends, and I know you do. Like the friends that just know like they know everything
Yes.
you own,
Yeah.
and they're shocked when you have something else.
Also, like,
Truly.
sue me. I'm not like someone who like turns a look all the time. So like, yeah, maybe I'm wearing kind of muted colors and a really really white pair of shoes, and that's my fault. That's my cross to bear.
Sorry.
But like, I was excited to wear them, and then I realized I don't have new other things to put with them.
exactly.
I look crazy with my.
But I
The
do it
new
to other
white
people. Like I
shoes.
absolutely know my friend has shown up with like a bold hat or like
Oh.
a new graphic tee, and I'm like, crazy. You didn't
Mm-hmm.
text me about buying this.
Oh, I don't do that at all.
I have 100, but I think because I'm passing the buck, but I have girlfriends that from my childhood who do
Yeah.
that, so I think that's
Mm.
all I knew. I was like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
when you're really close to a group of girls, you have to point out all the new things they buy.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're like fierce, that's incredible. Other times you're like offended that they got it and you didn't
Yeah.
know.
Or you're like, did you all get that together?
Yeah, like,
When I wasn't invited
you
to the
all were
mall
going to
trip.
replace your shoes this month, but I didn't know we were getting new shoes.
Because I would have gone and gone to the shoe carnival,
And gotten the shoes.
and I would have bought a new pair of shoes. Thank you.
I love the exchange of like, I'm going to point out everything new that
Yes.
you have, and then that person in turn will tell you how much everything costs, and then it just slowly turns into a QVC situation.
Yes,
And everyone just parroting information.
Well, I
back.
got this from Abercrombie, and
yes.
it was $29.95.
And I like those. How much are those? Those are great.
And tell me about those.
Tell us more.
Did the rips get bigger? Because that's what happens to my rip jeans.
No, these have
rips
gotten
get big.
significantly bigger.
What is going on? They
I know.
gotta double reinforce that area so
but
it
it's
doesn't.
also my fault. I like nervously picked them.
Yeah.
Because I like that.
Have you ever gone out of your way to like make a plan because you're
Yes.
like, I know exactly what I'm gonna wear.
I was thinking that
Yes,
exact question.
Or, like,
actually I do think I
Find
have.
the outfit and then go.
I
Let's
gotta
get
wear
something
this
going.
somewhere. Yeah, I bought a very beautiful coat from France, and it was
Were
expensive.
you in France?
Nope.
Nice.
You sought out
I
a
just
French
sought
company?
out a French company,
went,
and I
Good for
said,
you.
I gotta buy something French.
Yeah.
And then I bought it, and I still haven't worn it. But
Well, it hasn't been
it's
cold.
fancy, exactly. And then I will wear it somewhere very fancy, which will probably be, a cheesecake factory
Oh.
in Olive Garden,
Yeah,
something
totally.
like that.
I absolutely will get a new outfit and I'll be like, who can I get a drink with tonight just to wear?
Ooh.
'Cause I'll get so
Yeah.
excited to put it on. And I feel like you're that way too.
Coats. That's where I'll spend my
Coats.
money is coats. I love a coat. I love a jacket.
Me too.
I'm at the height of my powers at coat and
Yes.
jacket season, and
I am the same.
it's the best thing ever. And what I love about it is that I can wear essentially the same thing every time, but then just have fun. It's all about the coat, baby.
I
It's all
completely
about the
agree.
coat.
I have so many coats. I have a closet of coats.
Mhm.
A
Wow.
coat closet.
A coat
I think
closet.
it might be pretty
How you say-
common. Have you heard of a coat closet? I have one.
I am not a coat person to a point where I don't know.
What?
I have this weird thing, and ever since I was like a kid, I don't like a ton of things on me.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me anxious. Like, I don't like jewelry really on me.
Yeah.
Expectations.
Expectations,
yeah.
plans.
Hmm.
But a coat, too, I feel. And hello, we live in a city where the temperature is fickle.
Yes.
And the idea of holding a jacket
Mm.
at a bar or, like, God forbid, we're dancing. I have fully left jackets at clubs. Not that I club
Oh,
often, but
yeah.
when I have club, because I wanted to set it on the ground to dance.
No.
I could not hold it because that is, for some reason, my brain short circuits with the idea of holding a jacket and dancing.
I
But
like
I have,
it. It gives me something to do with one of my arms. 'Cause
I
I'm afraid
love
that
it.
I'm doing weird stuff with
I
mine.
love
literally
it.
can't. I have to set it down, and I have lost probably countless jackets at clubs.
We are so different.
I know.
Look at
I
that.
know.
We are, wow.
I know.
I've never met anyone like you. I love a coat. Sometimes I'll tie one around my waist.
I hate that feeling too.
Wow,
What's
we
going
are.
on?
This is wild.
You never would have thrived in. You remember those? There was maybe a good solid 5 years of like dance videos where all the dancers had like flannels around their waist.
Yes.
That would have never been you.
I
Nope.
hate the feeling. It's like something else hanging off of you.
Hmm.
Wow.
But I've seen people wear it, and I'm like, you're rocking that.
Yeah.
You look great with that sweater. But I also am the person who is like, I'm chilly. Someone have an
so
extra
cold.
jacket.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
I don't like other people's jackets on me.
Oh.
I'm a germaphobe. I don't like germs. Men sometimes will be like, oh, chilly woman. And I'll be like, no, I don't want your coat.
Because it feels yucky.
And then they'll be like, "Ugh, she's being shy. Here you go." And I'm like, no, I really don't want your coat because yucky. Because it smells like you in a bad way and germs. And then I'm just wearing a giant coat looking like a baby.
Yes, I also don't like the idea of being like swallowed whole by
Yeah, I'm
a
like,
jacket.
look, now I look like a dumb baby.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
Look at this.
It doesn't make
Me in your coat doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not like a. It doesn't create like a dainty effect. It creates
No.
a
You
like.
don't like it.
I wanna be you when I grow up.
Yeah. I'm wearing daddy's clothes.
Well, luckily,
Yeah.
men don't do that a ton anymore.
No,
They
they
don't.
don't.
They
Because
don't
they're
like-
cold too.
They're
Mm.
cold, and chivalry is dead. And that's
Chivalry
it
is dead,
what
and
it
that's
is.
what the message of the podcast
That's
is.
Can't
And
see
bring
twice.
it back. We loved it. Just
Well,
kidding.
Katie, we have a segment of the
Oh,
show where
yes.
we take some like viewer mail.
Oh my goodness.
And we ask
And-
for your advice.
Ask-
Wait, I
yeah.
talked over you explaining that and I missed it. I'm so
Or
sorry.
no, please
I was like,
don't.
yes! Hooray!
What do you
What
want
did you
from me? I'll
say?
do it.
I missed it.
Okay. We were throwing a Christmas party planned pretty far in advance. We sent out formal invitations, had people RSVP, etc. It was a beautiful party. It was a beautiful
Thank
party.
you.
The party was in full swing, and at one point I realized one couple that we're pretty close friends with weren't there. I texted them, "Hey, where are you?" And they texted back, "Sorry, we got caught up at the grocery store." And I was like, "Wow, okay." And that's it.
That's why. What were you doing at the grocery store?
Were they implying that, like, oh, we're going to bring something to the party?
Yeah. It sounds
Yeah.
like they didn't come to the party.
It sounds like they just didn't come to the party.
What were you doing at the grocery store? I'm confused. I picture them like falling into the boxes of cereal and like not being able to get out. Everyone's like helping and then
Yeah.
falling in.
Everyone's falling. Or like you touched you got your fingers in a bunch of raw meat, and you're
Yeah.
like, I couldn't possibly go.
Dirty.
They don't want to bring listeria.
That's such a
Ugh.
bad excuse. I respect it in a weird way. Like, I'm imagining this couple who's so in love, which ew, vom.
Yes,
Who just
truly.
are like, honey, let's stop in the grocery store and get a bottle of wine for the party.
Yeah.
And then they're walking and they're like, try this grape.
Oh, yes.
Oh, should we grocery shop for the rest of the week? Yes.
We should also get more grapes. We should make the wine.
Yes. Oh,
ourselves.
we
With
should-
the
You
grapes.
need
we
body
should make
wash.
the
Oh,
wine.
honey, you need body wash. And
Yeah.
they're just
They're
shop-
like lifting up each other's armpits and
They're-
smelling like,
yeah.
you need more
Stinky.
deodorant.
It's like
Stinky.
overindulgent
Yeah.
grocery shop together. And then they were like,
Absolutely.
oh my God, 2 hours have passed.
2 hours have passed, and we're horned up. Let's go home
We
and
have to go
The grocery
home.
store got us all.
Honey, how
excited.
wet are you?
fuck.
We have to go home. We got all caught up at the grocery store.
Yeah.
And then we had to fuck.
Yeah, like, what?
Sorry.
Has it ever happened to you? Have you ever bailed on a party because you got
God.
too hung up at the grocery store and had to go fuck?
time. No, that has never happened. I'm always half an hour early.
And I also don't think
Yeah.
I could ever say, hey, can't make it. I'm overwhelmed
Yeah.
at the grocery store.
Again, the implication that like we got caught up at the grocery store is like, oh, don't worry, help's on the way. Like, what do you need?
Yes.
And then I would imagine that conversation would then be like, oh, great, pick up some ice, and then just not
Yes.
come through with the ice.
Yeah, pick up some prosecco and pick up some ice. Like, you can't say
You can't do that.
because that clearly they went to the grocery store at 7 p.m. on a Friday night to probably stop and get something
Yeah,
for your
for sure.
party. So
Mm.
why aren't you there?
I need more information.
I know. I wish
I want like a follow up.
I'll email them.
Can you? And just
Can
say
you?
what happened here.
Yeah.
Did they
Please
show
tell
up?
us.
It sounds like no.
It sounds like no.
It sounds like not
I
at
agree.
all.
And are they still friends?
Mhm.
Did they confront them? Like I would have been like, what was the deal with that? I would have
Yeah.
had to ask.
Yeah.
Do you host parties often at all, or like
I
gatherings?
I occasionally will do Halloween,
Mhm.
Ooh, fun.
and it's just because I bought a lot of decorations one year, and I have to show them off.
Totally.
And
you
I
like
love
horror?
Halloween. I love horror, and I have a really good playlist on Spotify for
Okay.
Halloween, and it's like unexpected things that no one else has ever thought of.
Mhm.
Oh my
Like
God.
Ghostbusters.
Yes,
The Monster
exactly.
Mash.
How did you think of that? I thought
don't
I was the
know.
only one. Okay, yeah, the Monster Mash is definitely on. It's really unique
Yeah.
things like that no one else has ever thought of. And it's fun.
I'm now remembering this is coming to me. I swear to God, I've canceled plans because I was too scared from a movie I saw.
Wait, you had just seen a scary movie and you're like, I gotta stay
remember
in.
when I saw Hereditary
Mhm.
because I was so blindsided by it. My friend, she knows who she is, made it seem like it was like a indie flick, like a family drama. And I was like, oh, it was when like A24 was really getting it's like people didn't quite know it yet, but it was like, oh, you've got to see A24 movies. They're like,
Yeah.
and yeah, if we've seen the movie, we all know that it's disturbing and shocking, and you do not have warning when the things happen.
Right.
And I was so like scarred by it for like a good week that I remember being like, my friends were like, hey, let's get drinks after work, and I'm like, don't really love the idea of like coming into my house when it's dark. Like we're gonna have to schedule it when daylight's like when it's not so dark.
Oh, that makes sense. I feel like that is a good excuse.
And
Like,
I wanted
too
people to
scared.
be like, I promise you, I am not lying. Like, I just
Yeah.
don't want to get home late. I'd rather get home from work when the sun is still out.
yeah, that makes sense to me.
Because I'm scared of the dark for just this week.
Just this week, and then I'll be over it.
Yeah. Once the movie has
Yeah.
left my head, I will be fine. And I remember that whole week I also slept with the door open.
Oh yeah.
And I never...
Wait, the front door open?
Yeah.
That seems bad.
No,
She
just
said
my
whatever's
bedroom
out there
door.
is safer than whatever ghoul is
Oh,
gonna appear.
jeez.
Then Tony Collette emerging from my closet.
Yeah.
Please don't say that!
you ever like see a scary movie and then you wash your face and like while you're because you have to close your eyes and I'm like something's gonna get me like when my eyes are closed and
or
so I'm
the
like
shower.
I'm like keeping my eyes open. All this soap is getting in my eyes because I'm afraid to close my eyes.
Yes.
When I was a kid, I used to like try and scare myself and then like I would do like faces in the mirror to like scare myself. I would like turn the lights off because I was afraid of the dark too. But like if I ever saw like a reflection when the lights were off, something about it was scary. So I would like try and do exposure therapy where I would turn the lights off and then be like, ah!
That's so cute. I love that you knew what exposure therapy. You were like, I need exposure therapy.
I need to know.
Well, I remember looking in the mirror making funny faces, but then the freaking rumor of Bloody Mary.
Yes.
I'm not even going
to rumor.
That rumor that went around. Bloody
I'm not
Mary.
going to say it 3 times, especially because there's a mirror. But we all know. I don't have to say it.
We all know.
We all know
what she did.
You cannot say that stuff when you're looking
No,
in
you
the
don't
mirror.
do that. You don't do that. You don't play around like that.
You do not play around.
No.
Framing Bloody Mary as like gossip as opposed to an urban legend.
It's so funny.
Did you hear?
Did you hear about that? Did you hear about that girl? Bloody Mary.
She'll
I mean,
just show
urban
up.
legend is gossip. Let's be honest.
That's true.
Yeah, Urban Legend
Wow.
and Urban Legend Final Cut.
What's that?
Those have you seen those?
Urban Legend Final Cut?
Yeah, it's the sequel.
Is this sponsored? Is this podcast
No.
sponsored?
You've
by
never
that
seen Urban Legend?
I don't even know what that is.
Kate, you'll
This
love
scary
it.
movie.
Stop it! Don't judge me.
You'll
I haven't
you'll love
seen
it though.
100% of scary movies.
It's exactly what you think it is. It's like
Oh wait,
some
I know what this is.
Yes.
Yes, I'm sorry.
What, Tara
That's
Reid is in
embarrassing.
one?
Yes,
Yes.
I know
Tara
exactly.
Reid.
but it's just
I
all the
love
collection of urban legends, but it's like a killer's
Yes.
doing it.
I mean, that's brilliant. That's an airtight
It's
premise.
really fun.
That's genuinely such a good premise.
Yeah.
I have to rewatch those now.
Let's watch.
I'm gonna go.
You should leave. Yeah, you
I'm
should.
gonna-
Honestly, I could finish up
Yeah.
You
that. Yeah.
You can wrap this up.
Do you mind?
Yeah, go for it.
Do you mind if I just get in there? And...
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hell yeah.
Where can we find you on social media?
Yes.
Anything to plug?
Nothing. Yeah, actually, I just remembered that I direct, and I also am in, and I write a show called Reality Check, and the first episode of this latest season just premiered today.
Yay!
Yeah, we're on season 4, and then also you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Threads, everything at Katie Marovitch. And Marovitch has a T in it. People always forget the T.
It's good to know.
I would love to just only tell people where to find me on Threads.
I'm
Anytime.
on Threads.
You can find me on Threads.